start, of course, it's going to be the Snake and the Game & Watch traveling to, escaping from the city of Iowa, and I don't know.
Yeah, there isn't crazy traffic here. I've been to Chicago. That's crazy traffic.
But to the small battlefield we go, and right away we're seeing Snake staying in the air with these combos, but going straight down with the down air.
Yeah, just immediately scrapping, and these guys are getting after it right now. We're not seeing that Snake zoning that we've come to know for AK. He knows he really can't rely on grenades in this matchup, and he has to use those big hitboxes from Snake. And Ploopy knows that, and he's just getting after it with his big hitbox on that Nair.
Yeah, and you were saying it earlier, and that big body of Snake taking a lot of that damage, already up to 91% of Snake and ApolloKage, and that bucket trying to use it a little bit here and there at the start of this game, but not really doing much for a grenade that I still haven't seen land.
And yeah, just not even engaging that ledge trap scenario initially, getting that forward tilt, getting rid of that C4, has it in the corner now, but that up tilt coming through. Not sure what the rising 9 attempt was going on there. Might have been a misinput from Ploopy, maybe going for an up B. Whatever happened, he's down to his second stock.
Now, he wanted to hit it on Snake's body, I would assume, but it wasn't even a 9, so it kind of sucked.
Yeah, just not sure what was going on there, but Ploopy needs to get it together here real quick if he wants to stay in this first game. And I continue to see AK drop those C4 at the ledge. I don't know if he's just trying to time a 2-frame on those recoveries from Game & Watch, but in the meantime, immediately losing his stock for it.
Yeah, maybe, he's setting up something that I'm clearly not aware of, but in the meantime, he's got to find a way to not get juggled as much. He's got a good grasp on the game so far, but they're just kind of scrapping back and forth at the moment.
And we're seeing that kind of awkward aerial drift from Snake come through in these on-stage at juggle situations where he has not been able to find a way to land. He's trying fair, he's trying nair, he's trying down air. So many options, and so far he is not finding the answer.
I don't know about landing with hitboxes, if that works out too well, but yeah, dash tagging through the shield and just getting a dash tag for his troubles. Trying to find any way to get out of shield, and that up smash is going to just scoop the down tilt of Snake and give Ploopy the even stocks.
Yeah, stubbing his toe in the worst way there with the last hit, the very edge of that down tilt. Ploopy just continuing to pile on this damage. So many trades, doing his own explosives in that forward air. And now has AK climbing in percent, is already at 66 here, but finding yet another up tilt to keep himself alive.
Yeah, that was another one that was taken at 90-ish%. So as I was saying earlier, it is those early stocks, and Ploopy getting hit with those up tilts and putting himself in those bad spots. But that forward air enough to break the up B and take the game.
Wow, I was surprised. I thought that Snake would just keep flying right past it, just because you know, there's the first hit, there's the second hit of that fair, but Snake moves just slowly enough that he can get hit by both hits, and that's going to be your stock at 100 near the blast zone. Ploopy made the most of that edge guard opportunity.
Now he's talking about how ApolloKage was going to be the one taking advantage of taking early stocks, but Ploopy, he's like, man, that was kind of smart.
The edge guards is something that Game Watch can do in spades in this matchup. He's juggling on stage, he's pressuring you off stage. This advantage is just hell for Snake in this matchup.
Yeah, and I'm starting to see that as we go back to small battlefield. Ploopy looking to just continue to rack up the damage early, and if you can take stocks like that early, that's something ApolloKage is absolutely going to be weary of going forward.
Yeah, just starting to see him drop those C4 here and there on the stage as he's in disadvantage just to disrupt.
Ooh.
But that doesn't matter if he can't land. He's going to be eating a down smash here, dying at 90%. You do not see Snake losing his stocks that early that often.
Now, you got to do something usually pretty cool if you want to take a stock that early. And Ploopy reading the missed tech with the down smash with another down smash and then getting the F smash. Fully, or maybe like half charge, whatever, taking the stock and now going to continue to rack up the damage. Forward hammer, who are you?
He's at 69%, man. He's got to go for some shenanigans. Just all the momentum is all Ploopy right now. AK kind of reeling, has not been able to get his feet under him and get any meaningful damage so far.
Man, gosh, it's been like, how can you stay on the ground? That last set, it was just how can you stay on the ground and get as much damage as possible. And now, Snake, usually a pretty grounded character in his own games, but this game, it's not looking too hot, even though the stocks aren't even off of that up air.
Yeah, just stalking around for that up tilt, just finds its mark.
Hey.
And now this is where AK, all of a sudden in a blink of an eye, finds 60%. He gets those confirms off of his own explosions, but Ploopy immediately getting back to neutral resetting, but he needs to avoid more of these explosive trades. He's taking so much percent so quickly.
Yeah, and now, like, I guess kill percent for both characters, and definitely disadvantage for Ploopy, who has just one up tilt away to make him to his last stock. That's not, ooh, okay.
Who's going to get it first? Who's going to get that up tilt? Who's going to get that up smash? They're both looking for it. The cross-up, just the latest cross-up I've ever seen on a dash attack coming out.
What are we doing? We have simpler options. Up tilt, down tilt.
Up tilt, not quite going to have the same range there, so he does just get the hit that he can get. But that back air, absolutely going to take it. High in the blast out, just trying to fill that bucket with that C4, but does not explode just yet.
It's like, please, Snake, fill my bucket.
Waiting for that 20-ish% auto explosion, but did not come out. But Ploopy gets that grab, and that's going to be a lot of percent in a long advantage state. That continues here again on the ledge.
Ooh, okay. I thought he was going to go for a back air there, but good noticing that ApolloKage was going to go a little higher for that upbeat up to back air to hit. And now, last stock situation. Snake got to get back on the ground and looking to continue this combo. Started with the down air, another down air. Missed bad dash tag.
River dancing him across the stage just to get some early percent, but now Ploopy, as we've seen in these edge guards, is so strong, but AK trying to just end it at 30%. And now he's trying to fight his way down, finding the rhythm of how he needs to land in these scenarios, whether it's on the platform with the grenade trade or just timing that fair. He is starting to find his footing more consistently as the set goes on.
Yeah, and he's dropping the explosives for both characters this entire game, finding their way down. A lot easier for Game & Watch to drop those explosives and land than it is for Snake most of the time, especially in this matchup, actually.
And you're even starting to see AK start to pull out these grenades late, and it pays off. He had not been using grenades or neutral like that for the entire set so far. Finally pulls it out right when, if he gets that trade, gets that explosion, it finds its market. He gets that up air at 80% to kill Game & Watch and even the set back up.
And not a single time did we really see up tilt take a stock in that game, if I remember correctly, which I might not be. But I would like to think that two of those stocks, the first and the third one, were taken with niche setups that ApolloKage set up and were ready to react to should Ploopy run into those grenades, which he did both times, and now we're looking at a 1-1 going into game 3.
And that might have been just a bit of a unlock for ApolloKage, where he's starting to throw those grenades at the more unreactable range, about half court, where you can't pull out those reflectors as easily. So if that's what ultimately ends up being a game changer for him, that could be a momentum shift.
And especially if Ploopy is now aware of those setups, he's going to be more wary of those grenades. So being aware of those grenades changes your entire game plan. You can't just throw out moves willy-nilly. You have to be watching what your opponent is doing and pulling the grenades, and that up tilt.
He wasn't watching out for the up tilt quite just there. Was not expecting AK to stalk up, finds his prey, finds his mark. And AK just, his momentum is crazy, man. So much quick damage.
He's got Ploopy looking all over the stage and not noticing that the big body of Snake can also hit like a truck. But man, those that mash out of the down smash, saving ApolloKage's life and keeping him with this 3-2 lead.
Yeah, but finally Ploopy just attacking on this damage. Misses the juggle opportunity though, and AK just continues to dance around these landing options from Ploopy. Game Watch doesn't have the greatest movement, and Snake just can kind of casually stroll around and find those openings. And AK just, almost finds that up tilt there that would have been the stock most likely.
Absolutely, and the rage of Snake, that is now racking up, and now we're at that percentage where ApolloKage is aware of what will take his stock and is going to be extra careful to not get put in those situations and put himself exactly where he needs to be to take stocks with that up tilt.
And Ploopy was looking for that up smash there, but just a little too slow on the rip. Snake's up tilt just a little bit quicker. That Nair not quite going to do it at 198. It's just, he needs this stock, man. He needs this stock.
Sparks may fly, but until you see the big numbers on the screen, nothing will change. And there we have it, 2-1. Still very, very good for ApolloKage.
And if I'm not mistaken, Ploopy does have a full oil panic bucket on deck. If this gets down to a last stop, we may see him pull that out and rob AK. Actually, no, he just pulled it up right there. He might have used it at one point.
Dude, where did it even come from?
I'm not sure. But AK in a bad spot here. Gonna just tech it into stage on that down air, survive, no problem. Just running this jet. It's right here.
Yeah, man.
Dash it. Dash it.
Put him up.
Put him up. Game Watch, he just like pulls out the little duster thing.
Oh my gosh. Trying to land with forward air again.
AK just, he's been so patient as this set's gone on, just staying in Ploopy's space, and forcing him to push a button and to land into him. AK, he has been so scary in these really close situations. And he finds the parry up tilt to go up 2-1.
Ready for the down smash, knowing that Ploopy was spending a little bit too much time dashing back and forth on the ground. Like, hey man, you're supposed to be jumping a little more than that. I know what you're looking for. I'm ready for it. Parry, up tilt, game 4.
Microspacing has made all the difference as this set goes on for ApolloKage. Just walking around, just again stalking his prey in this Game & Watch, and all of a sudden we're seeing Ploopy take a chill pill. He's looking for water. He's trying a new controller.
It appeared that Ploopy was having a little bit of a controller thing. I don't know exactly what it was, but it did look like he went over, looked at ApolloKage and pointed toward his controller, and then ran off with that controller, and has now has another one in his hands. I don't know if he might actually use Procon and is unable to find another one. Well, we shall see. Does anyone, chat, do you have a Pro controller for Ploopy?
Yeah, because I want to come into to Iowa real quick to the TBK Sports Complex. Hi, AK.
ApolloKage says hello.
Yeah. That's tough. It's kind of twofold where now you've been playing with a controller and you have to switch to a new one just to try to find and play with a new controller off rip is so difficult. The buttons, the execution's just a little bit different, especially on those control sticks. But better than playing with a controller that's constantly making you miss input.
Yeah, and especially when you're aware of it, like you play and then you're noticing that your buttons aren't doing exactly what you want. Maybe you're like, oh man, I probably just fat fingered that or missed it or whatever, didn't get the right input. And then the more you play, the more you notice. It's like Steph Curry bouncing a basketball and then like bouncing away from him. Like, I'm not bad. There's just a dead spot on the floor. He's like, that's when you have players that are this good and they notice something consistently wrong. Yeah,
it gets in your head, too, because like not only are you trying to adapt to one of the best snake players in the world, you're also trying to figure out what's going on with your controller. You're splitting your focus, and you were seeing AK was making the absolute most of that, the way he was consistently finding those up-close punishes.
Yeah, and a hot start from Ploopy, man.
Great controller switch coming out from Ploopy, immediately getting off to a quick lead in this game 4.
Some may say it was the skin change for Game & Watch, but nah. Real ones know it was the controller.
Yeah, sometimes that's all you need is for that mental shift to take place, and AK needs to make a mental shift of his own. But being forced off stage once again with that forward air, recovering high, but eating that up air, safely finds safe patches in the corner and has to creep his way back in. Finally
getting back to the middle of the stage, getting that C4 down and seeing if he can get Ploopy off stage for longer, more percent. Nah, just getting back to stage. Dash tech will be the advantage pusher. Now, yeah, he's on the ground. He knows what he wants. We know what he wants.
In a full tank of rage on hand for AK, you know he wants that full rage up tilt that will do the job here, but Ploopy looking for those forward tilts, looking for those forward airs to get this stock finished off in a bad spot, but great decision on that neutral getup, and he will find the back air to seal it out.
I almost think that it would have just been a confirm to rip the up tilt, but ApolloKage would know the percents way more than I do.
Yeah, it's in the 160s. That it's officially confirmed. So you had to guess a little bit, just barely there. And now Ploopy, fortunate that he was below that 160 because he is making the most of this stock lead.
Yep, and a good up tilt and an even better down B to blow up that C4. And here we go, get that combo started right away. But that jump out from ApolloKage, getting both grenades now for the first time in a while. Ploopy been putting on the pressure and not letting ApolloKage really set up.
Oh! We've seen time and time again, Ploopy loves to land in that corner. AK making it look like he has the opportunity to, and then just putting out a down tilt, putting out a forward air there just to start to get a combo started. Ploopy needs to start landing in different locations just to mitigate this advantage there from ApolloKage.
Yeah. Catching these landings again from AK. Going for a grab, not the best. But taking these trades is only going to be in Snake's favor.
Woo! The hitbox lingered just a little bit longer because of that forward air that Ploopy had put out, and AK cashing that one in for a really early stock.
Oh gosh, that fastball on that down air was so smart. It may not keep him with whatever. What do I know? AK's just living forever. 188 and still living. C4, nah. Shield almost gone and still holding on to this first stock. Dance on him. More? Nah, it's okay.
AK just continuing to pile on this damage, building this momentum. All of a sudden at a point where some things from Snake will kill sooner than later on Ploopy. Ploopy needs to get this rage off of ApolloKage and get to this last stock.
When will these up airs kill?
They won't. That's the thing, is up air does not kill. You need to find a nair, but if he's in that Cypher, it will disrupt it, as we've seen, and that's what, I guess, one opportunity that AK has in disadvantage. He can just use that Cypher on stage to land.
Grab him. Oh, okay. I didn't say who.
Oh!
It worked.
Yeah. Okay.
There we go.
I always feel that Game & Watch has a really high kill throw.
Eventually, at some point, they usually do.
Something's got to give.
Yes. Game & Watch doesn't really need it, but it's 200%. You really shouldn't be living at 200% anyway, but Snake sometimes just does.
AK was showing that he really wanted that grab on landing, and Ploopy will take that to the bank, getting the combo starter that he wanted, and nearly evening things back up here. Those juggles continuing, almost dead even now. What used to be a big lead for AK is now in Ploopy favor.
Yeah, absolutely, and barely any percent separates these two. However, the percents being what they are benefits one of these characters more than the other, and that character still living. Game & Watch at 123%, taking that back air like a champ.
And now Ploopy has a ledge trap scenario, but getting disrupted by that up B from Snake. This is such a tense final gambit here. You know Snake wants that up tilt. Ploopy needs an edge guard or a down smash, but Snake has so many options on stage to get this done.
That was such a phenomenal air dodge to avoid the forward air explosion going off. And now Ploopy setting up the ledge traps. The V reverses all of this move from ApolloKage that he has been showing off the entirety of the set, coming to a head in this last moment. Up air, up B not doing anything, just giving advantage. And now in the middle of the stage, shielding everything, looking out, being extra careful. Not careful enough, just forward airing the shield.
And AK, he's not getting the opportunities for an up tilt. He's not getting the opportunities for a grab. But Ploopy gonna eat that grenade. Cooked just in time. Cooked just right. And AK will move on to winners finals.
No curve, no changeup, straight gas. Straight at the schnoz of Game & Watch to take the set. My goodness. I've never seen a more direct throw of a